Hello and welcome to the NAMIC Leadership Seminar graduation for the July 2023 cohort. We are delighted and grateful that you would take the time to join us as we celebrate 30 phenomenal individuals who have done some incredible work, not only over the last few days, but the last month when we actually officially kicked off this session. I am Dr. Juanita Daly, and I am from BCT Partners. I have had the immense privilege of serving as the lead facilitator for this session. It is my practice to begin with gratitude, so please allow me a moment to express my personal thanks as we get underway. This cohort heard from several remarkable speakers, some of who are joining us today. So thank you to Ms. Tina Dyer, Dr. Martha Miller, Mr. John Kabara, and Dr. Jeffrey Robinson for your deposit of knowledge, wisdom, and inspiration. An undertaking like this requires organizational expertise as well as a genuine spirit of excellence and service. So it is with deep appreciation that I acknowledge the tireless work of Ms. Stephanie Snyder, who kept this seminar running smoothly. This leadership seminar would not be what it was without the enthusiastic participation of all of our graduates. And here they are pictured. Thank you for your energy, your vulnerability, your humility, and generosity as you work together. Your presence made this seminar what it was, especially as you supported and celebrated one another. Shortly, we will hear from several of you who represent this cohort by sharing your experiences and lessons learned. And afterwards, we will acknowledge all of our graduates and present a few of you with some special awards before we conclude our time. And as I conclude, I want to thank the National Association for Multi-Ethnicity in Communications, NAMIC, for their steadfast commitment to educating, advocating, empowering, and leading the charge and change from multi-ethnic diversity in the communications industry. This in part is due to the amazing work of the exceptionally talented warriors like Amy Kemp, Program Associate, and Chief of Strategy and Programs, Anne-Marie Burton, who I am pleased to introduce and hand the program over to. Anne-Marie, the floor is yours. You're muted. Sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Daly, and thank you for this really kind remarks. And thank you to the fantastic team that you've mentioned, all the faculty, to our amazing Zoom expert, Stephanie, to Amy, and most importantly, to all of you for being here today. I really want to begin by also extending my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for attending the NAMIC Leadership Seminar. Your presence, your active participation made this truly an exceptional and impactful program for all of us, those of us who are able to sit back and watch you grow while you are taking it all in. Thank you. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge all your companies that supported your professional growth by allowing you to be a part of this enriching experience. Your company's commitment to nurturing leadership and personal development is commendable, and we're grateful for their support as they continue to send individuals to our programs. Thank you. Thank you to all the companies that are represented. Thank you to all those who are here to support the graduates today, the families, the supervisors, the colleagues. Thank you for cheering them on. Thank you for being here because they're on a journey, and we know you're going to see that trajectory from this day forth. The knowledge and insights shared during this leadership seminar will undoubtedly contribute to your continued growth as graduates and to your career success. We hope you found the discussions, the workshops, the tea groups, the getting to know each other, the networking, both valuable and empowering. I want to share that leadership is not just about titles and positions. I think we've covered that. It's really about the positive influence you have on those around you. So I want to give you a charge. Continue to lead with passion, empathy, integrity, and together, let's create a future of inclusive and transformational leadership. Once again, thank you for being a part of this journey. Welcome to the NAMIC family, the NAMIC alumni. We are really excited to have you as part of this community of transformative and inclusive leaders, and I can't wait to keep up with your success. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne Marie. We are all better for your passion, your vision, and your leadership. And at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce 5 members of this cohort who will represent their classmates to briefly share their experiences. So we will hear from Taylor Lockhart of Comcast, Imelda Nino of Comcast, Antonio Busa of Charter Communications, also Claudio Trejos from Charter Communications, as well as Marcia Stewart from Urban One. They will each have about 2 minutes to speak, and in that order. So let's begin with Taylor.
Thanks, Dr. Daly. And thank you all for being here today during our graduation from the NAMIC leadership seminar, excuse me. Happy Friday, I always like to lead with, or as I like to say to my team members, happy best day of the work week. I'm Taylor Lockhart, Director of Customer Experience Strategy and Operations at Comcast, where me and my team have the privilege to empower our peers and company to create incredible customer and employee experiences. Here today, I have the honor of speaking on behalf of my awesome Team 4 team members. So Brian Arena, Dean Azevedo, Jessica Garcia, Steve Koch, and Fawn Smith. First and foremost, we would love to thank our prospective companies, Comcast, Charter, Spectrum, Paramount, our sponsors, Sean McIntyre, Mark Werlemont, Carl Jones Jr., Stephanie Phelps, Sean Crawford, and of course, the folks that backed us up in our workplaces, allowing us to be here this week, some of which I know are here with us today. Lastly, we would love to thank NAMIC and the presenters that we had this week. It truly was an incredible week. Many of us in this group have been through leadership seminars in the past, but this seminar provided a level of expertise, knowledge, experience that we just haven't seen before. The common feeling amongst us all was when attending these seminars in the past, we get excited when we hear something new. And from transformational learning to how we carry ourselves, this journey was not short on new content for all of us included. We felt that we never really had the opportunity in the past also to converse past the surface level when it comes to equity and inclusion. So it was really impactful for us to have those deeper conversations and learn from them going forward. And our group is just so excited to bring all of the learnings and new experiences, not only into our professional workplaces, but also into our personal lives. We really felt the value, and we can't wait for those we interact with to see it as well. Thanks again to all the sponsors, presenters, and participants we worked with during the last week. Looking forward to staying connected with you all, and congratulations everyone on a great week.
Thank you, Taylor. Imelda.
Thank you. And good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our team, which included Evan Chen from Comcast, Sarah Daly from Spectrum Reach, Taran Whitfield from Urban One, Kim Gross from Spectrum, Sardar Ramadan from Spectrum, and myself, Imelda Nino from Comcast, would like to thank our respective company leaders who nominated us for this amazing NAMIC Leadership Seminar, and to all of you who are able to join us today. Your continued support is what helps us grow in our professional careers. Our learning journey has allowed us to understand our individual standout roles and the importance of continuing to develop strengths, building a strong, diverse network, and leveraging the relationships that we build to make those important connections. We also learned the importance of having mentors in our network, both inside and outside our organizations, and the power of sponsorship. Those learnings are also important as some of us become mentors today or in the future. We will be implementing our strength statements into our everyday work. We will continue to work on our soft skills that include practicing transformational listening versus being an active listener, and providing psychological safety to establish a culture of trust, which makes the workplace more inclusive, engaging, and rewarding. Although we were familiar with SMART goals, we now have the knowledge to create smarter goals to add engaging and reinforced, which makes the goals motivating. We learned the importance of being mindful of including an impact statement when recognizing teammates, and having the ability to provide ourselves with kudos as well, such as rewarding ourselves for graduating. I think we all also agree that we will be dropping our to-do list and creating a done list to ensure that we are remembering our own accomplishments. Our learning journey allowed us to be more self-aware and have organizational savviness, which includes not just being visible, but having executive presence, being confident, being a good communicator, and always being ready with our elevator speech for that unexpected meeting that might open the door to our next career opportunity. In preparing for future interviews, we promise to continue to work on our power or Wonder Woman stance. Our last day of learning was about creating our life portfolios to include priorities, passions, and connections with things that energize us to transform us. Through his shared life stories, we received a call to action from John Kobara's mother. Wake up, rise up, and show up. What a simple yet impactful message to propel us into the future. Finally, I'd like to take the time to thank NAMIC and the professors, teachers, guest speakers, facilitators, and all those that worked on this program and providing us with this amazing learning opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Imelda. Antonio.
Yes, first of all, I want to appreciate and thank everybody here for the leadership role for NAMIC. It has been a really amazing week so far. And I also want to thank my team, more importantly, nominated, considering that all of them are extremely talented and they could be doing this themselves. My team consisted of Clara Clausen, Fredonia Brown, John Adams, Miles Burden, and Joy Bradley. One of the things that I love working with this team is how diverse we were. Even though we work in the same company, Cable Communications, we have different roles, and we're able to learn from each one, having different aspects on leadership, how to transform, how to propel, and how to have great habits, more important. One thing that I noticed, especially within my team, is how much we have learned, especially within the week, and how we can transform ourselves to become better leaders, right? It's up to us to change the mentality and grab the good habits that we have learned this week and implement it. There's a lot of opportunity for us in the future, especially thanks to the NAMIC program that we have learned, and the connection that we have made in this program has been amazing. One thing that I want to be, that has focused the most for me, has been the body language and knowledge. I think that's one of my biggest eye openers. I do know that it's specific to each case. However, it makes me understand better my leadership where they are and how they got there. I think it's important for all of us to take this class extremely seriously, knowing that we're going to be the leaders of the future and we're going to become tutors to the next leaders. Take this class, implement it, and become the better leaders. I have no doubt that our team is fantastic and everybody here is amazing. And I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of VPs or even EVPs in the future within this team. They're extremely talented. I look forward to be connected with all of them and see where they are in the future. I'm pretty sure all of you guys will be in the high up. My question will be when, and I hope we can connect and look at this day and say this was the time that got us to the next level. So I want to thank you all, and I also want to thank my GVP who promoted me to be here, Guru Pandikar. Without him, I wouldn't be here. So thank you for that, and thanks again, NAMIC team. It's been a fantastic week.
Awesome. Thank you, Antonio. Claudia, you are up. Claudia, I'm sorry, you're up.
Hi, everybody. Hello, guests, mentors, facilitators, and fellow graduates. Today, we celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in our journey as leaders. This week has been transformative, and it has been such an experience. We want to start by expressing a heartfelt thank you to all of those who have made this incredible opportunity possible. To the facilitators, your dedication to sharing your expertise has been inspiring. We have learned valuable strategies that will make us more effective leaders. Your guidance and mentorship have left a mark on our hearts and in our minds. We pledge to pay it forward, inspiring future leaders just as you inspired us. We want to thank also to our senior leadership teams at Charter, Spectrum Reach, Comcast, and Paramount. Your unwavering support and investment in us have given us the chance to focus on our professional development. Special thanks go to Mike, Luke, Eric, Benjamin, Terrence, Chris, Jazz, Jacob, Mikhail, Nicole, Courtney, Pat, and J.A. You guys believed in us, and led us to the participation in this seminar. Your support will help us drive organizational goals and bring out the best in ourselves and our teams. To our T team, Stacy, Jennifer, Amaryllis, Carrie, and Yaji, and myself, and all of the cohort members here. The conversations, insights, and honesty shared have been the fuel that powered us forward. Together, we've learned, grown, and fostered a bond that will definitely last a lifetime. This week has been a powerful one. Participating in this seminar has provided us with a deeper understanding of our leadership styles and areas of growth. We leave here with newfound confidence and the knowledge that our organization recognizes and values us as leaders. This experience has ignited a spark within us, driving us to be more thoughtful, inclusive, and effective as leaders, and ready to embrace the road ahead with enthusiasm. As we reflect on our aha moments of this week, we recognize the power of transitional listening, the importance of showing ourselves grace in the pursuit of perfection, and the impact on focusing on our strengths rather than weaknesses. We've come to understand that receiving positive feedback and recognition is just as vital as giving it. And we now have the tools to inspire meaningful change in our teams. We have learned that growth happens when we align our efforts with what truly matters to us and with who we truly are. As we move forward, we will remember that leadership is not just about guiding others, it's about inspiring them to reach their full potential. Congratulations to everybody. Embrace the opportunities, embrace the challenges, and above all, embrace the people around you. Together, we can achieve greatness.
Thank you, Claudia, and apologies on the misspelling. Marcia.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marcia, and I work as a marketing manager at Urban One, and I'm proud to be speaking on behalf of my amazing team, which includes Courtney, Lisa, and Noor from Comcast, and then Peter and Shakenya from Charter. We'd first like to acknowledge our companies, sponsors, and leadership teams who have nominated and supported us through this journey. So thank you to my support system at Urban One, which includes Jeff Meza, Fred Jackson, Shauna Hooks, and Joanna Bonifacio. Lisa's support system, which includes Jonathan Johansson and Jared Schulteis. Noor's support system, which includes Adrian Greaves. Peter's support system, which includes Bill Laquier, and Shakenya's support system, which includes Nancy Chavez and John Cooper. It's evident that you all are invested in our professional and personal growth, and your support means everything to us. We'd also like to acknowledge our facilitators who shared their knowledge and resources, making this an informative, inclusive, and enjoyable experience. So thank you, Dr. Daly, Dr. Robinson, Tina, Dr. Miller, John, Amy, Anne Marie, and Stephanie. As the other members spoke, the wealth of knowledge that you bestowed upon us and our team is I couldn't agree more that it's just been a wealth of knowledge, and we appreciate your leadership here. So each session was really enlightening and a really nice build on a previous day, bringing us to this moment where we each feel more inspired, empowered, and informed. It's impossible to recount all of those moments that really shifted things for us, because so much has had a profound impact, and we're now more cognizant of how we show up for ourselves and others. But to share a few, some of the things that really stuck with us are the practice of transformational listening. So not listening to respond, but just listening with an open heart and mind and ear to retain as much as what the other person is saying as possible. We'd also like to start extending more kudos to our coworkers, so we hope you feel seen and appreciated when we reach out with compliments on a job well done. Equally as important, many of us will continue working on giving ourselves kudos and recognizing our own accomplishments. Because of this program, the exercises we've done, and the tips and tools we receive, not only from our facilitators, but also from our fellow members, we've acquired skills and learned the language to describe ourselves as leaders and individuals. We've been able to create and strengthen our elevator speeches, and will continue to evolve to emit an executive presence. So thank you everyone in this room for pouring into us. We hope we've done the same for you, and we'll look to do the same for ourselves and our networks as we continue on our journey as leaders. And in the spirit of starting to give ourselves and others more kudos, I want to end with a kudos to my team and the entire graduating class of July 23. We did it, everyone.
Thank you so much, Marcia. Absolutely. And thank you also to Taylor, Imelda, Antonio, and Claudia for those wonderful reflections, and for the leadership and service you exhibited throughout this week. Now, Without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to present the class of 2023. Can we have one more round of applause for our wonderful graduates? Congratulations, everyone, once again. And now it gives me great pleasure to welcome Program Associate Amy Kemp, who has some special recognitions. Amy.
Wow, wow, wow. I absolutely love sitting through leadership seminar graduation ceremonies. They never get old. It's always exciting. And I love the role that I just have the absolute sheer privilege of playing every time we come to one of these weeks and one of these sessions for NAMIC. This week has been absolutely no different. I've enjoyed every moment. I love the fact that I get this balcony seat. And I mentioned it on the very first day. I feel like there's a stage play kind of being acted out in front of me. And one of the things that I try very diligently to do is to see who gets the spotlight sometimes. And maybe sometimes it's in ways that we didn't anticipate. What happens in one corner of the stage versus another, and how we see people presenting themselves. So I have a few special awards, and I want to thank my colleagues for helping me to both name these and name the people who would receive them today. So I'm going to start first of all with our top participant award. This is always tough because, you know, we have just such wonderful participants in all of our leadership seminars. But what we try to look for is someone who is just 100% engaged, always hanging on the next word of the next presentation, and always lifting their hand, raising their hand, and providing comment in the chat, just completely immersed in the process. And so I'd like to actually give this to Amaryllis Johnson, because we saw you and we recognized your contributions throughout the week. But notice also that we want to give an honorable mention to Claudia Trejos. I'll just say very briefly here, you did a great job, Claudia. Thank you for your reflection, because I know that gave you a bit of fear and intimidation, but you did great. I'm going to move on to a different award, and maybe this one's just a bit funnier. Sometimes there are things that we are overcoming during our week, and I am reminded, because John Kabara asked us to be reminded of this today, that we bring our whole selves into who we are and where we present ourselves. And if that's in the middle of a leadership seminar week, we bring a whole lot of things with us sometimes. So once in a while, it's just a difficulty to overcome all of that. So we have an Overcomer Award, and I would like to give that Overcomer Award to Marcia Stewart. Now, why, you would ask? It seemed as though each time Marcia would take herself off mute, we heard a siren in the background. And I thought, I wonder what kind of chaos is going on all around Marcia each day. But nonetheless, she showed up and she came off mute and she contributed. You'll see a couple of honorable mentions there as well to Kim and Jessica. I know there were things you were dealing with this week, but we saw you present every day. So thankfully, you brought your whole selves and you represented exactly what John was talking about today. I'm going to move on to an award that we give each time, it seems. It's called the Ahead of the Game Award. And, you know, once in a while, you run into these people where you think, oh, this is not something that is hitting their ears for the first time, because they will share a contribution where, you know, they've studied this before, they've thought through these concepts before, and it shows. It shows in their comments, it shows in the cheers that they give and the kudos that they give to other members of the cohort. So we're going to give the Ahead of the Game Award to Jennifer Nunez. Thank you so much for coming to the platform with something of your own to give each and every time. And an honorable mention goes to Evan Chen for that exact same piece of the puzzle that we felt like you played every single day. Now, the last two awards are unique to this cohort, and it's always fun to kind of identify these folks, because these are the kinds of awards that we might not repeat when we have this session in September, but they certainly fit this time around. So I've got a More Than Meets the Eye award that I'd like to give. Now, some of the cohort members probably know right away who this More Than Meets the Eye award is going to go to. You see, he came to day one with a statement about himself that maybe shocked a few people. And I think that was what he was going for, as a matter of fact. But what we learned was each time that this individual put himself off mute, he was saying something that we didn't maybe expect to come from him. Very insightful, very deep. And so I'd like to give the More Than Meets the Eye award to Peter Strinick. Thank you for bringing all of yourself to this platform, for showing us that there's always more than meets the eye. And lastly, I'd like to give the final award that is twofold. On the one hand, we enjoyed his voice because it was one of the deeper voices that we heard throughout the week. But we also enjoyed what that voice had to say each time, because sometimes you find that still waters run deep. And maybe that's the reason that we heard from Teron Whitfield just a few times, but every single time we enjoyed the voice, but we enjoyed the depth of his comment each time as well. So to all of you award winners, thank you so much. We enjoyed having you. We enjoyed having the whole cohort. I appreciated the time that you gave me to sit in the balcony this week.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you to all of our special award recognition winners. You all brought just such joy to so much that we had to do this week, and all of you as well. It was just an incredible time. So with that, I want to bring back our Chief of Strategy and Programs, Anne-Marie Burton, for her final comments. Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, I'm so sorry.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Okay, great. My apologies. I'm diligent about putting myself on mute. Can you tell? Thank you and congratulations to everyone. I hope that these awards show you that we really see you, that we appreciate each and every one of you. And in closing, I just want to reiterate our sincere appreciation for your presence at this week's NAMIC Leadership Seminar Program. Your dedication to personal and professional growth inspire us all. As you return to your respective work, take with you the valuable lessons and insights gained from this program. Remember that true leadership knows no bounds. It extends beyond the confines of the workplace and permeates into all aspects of life. Embrace the challenges that come your way, for they are opportunities in disguise. Let your actions be testaments to the power of leadership in fostering positive change. And again, we encourage you to stay connected with the NAMIC family. We have a lot of programs that we're curating for you. We have webinars that continue the learning that you had this week. We have our upcoming conference in September. Please look it up on our website. It is an amazing conference with great insights. For those of you who are following NAMIC on LinkedIn or are getting our communications, I believe you're beginning to see some of the workshops we've curated for you in September, and we hope that you will join us there. I say all this because we believe that collaboration and support are essential in achieving our collective goals. So again, share your experiences, continue learning from one another, and uplift those around you. Lastly, again, I want to extend my sincere gratitude to your companies that have championed your growth by supporting your participation in this seminar. Together, we are fostering a culture of leadership excellence and creating a bright future for everyone. As we conclude, let us carry the spirit of leadership seminar within us and lead by example in every facet of our lives. Let's shape the world together. Let's shape our communities. Let's shape our workplace by creating truly diverse and inclusive voices in everything we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you again to NAMIC, and congratulations once again to all of our cohort graduates. This now concludes our graduation celebration. By all means, give yourselves a round of applause. All of our participants and guests, thank you for coming today. Give your colleagues a round of applause. Thank you and enjoy your day.